a promotional sales promotion, and to do this, a couple things. We're going to design it in Photoshop. First thing you want to do is go to File, New, and you want to set your width and height to 3 inches by 11. The reason for that is because we're going to drop this image right into InDesign once it's done. Remember CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. Here it is. Now the first thing I want to do is create some type of banner. So I already started this concept here, but what I want to do, I'm going to do it from scratch and build it out so you see. So let's go here. Using the basic tool, we can just use our pen tool. Two ways to do this. And I'm going to create a path. Well, let's do a shape. Click. And I'm going to close it off. And I'm going to double click. I'm going to fill that in the color. I'm going to take the stroke off. Okay. Now here it is. I have my angle. I'm going to push it outside just a little bit more with my tool. And notice that it's a shape. To get rid of the shape, all you have to do is control click on the outside and rasterize. So now it becomes an image. Okay. Next thing we want to do is add some gradient. So I'm going to, two ways you can do this. You can go into layer and add layer styles and add the things that you want, or a quick way you can double click on the side of the layer and go in and add a gradient. Now to change the gradient, I'm going to double click and I'm going to add a green. So a nice green. And I'm going to add another green. To duplicate this, you hold on Option and click and pull. I'm going to double click so we can change that. Let's bring that down. Let's add a little brighter green. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to pull it out just a tap to get that color to spread a little bit. I'm going to hit OK. Another thing I want to add is the bevel emboss. I'm going to click on that, and I want to create a little depth inside. Let's soften it up. Put that back in. Emboss. You can play around with some, you see you have different options here that you can play around with it. We can do a pillar emboss. That's a stroke emboss. Pillar emboss. Or you can do emboss. Push your size. You have different options. A lot of different options here in Photoshop. Let's see which one works for us. We can lighten it up. Different options here. A lot of cool options. I'm just playing around with it so you can see the possibilities that you can do when working in Photoshop. Okay, a lot of options here. So I'm going to take that off. And I'm going to hit OK. Some text on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my T tool. I'm going to type in sale. Okay. I'm going to change this color to white to highlight. We just go right in here, drag that to white. And I'm going to scale this up. Quick way to scale, edit, transform, scale, or you can use the shortcut is Command T, and it gives you this option. You just pull the edge, and then if you pull, once you have it selected with the anchors, all you have to do is hover outside and rotate. I'm going to bring that down in the center. I'm going to pull the corner. Always remember to pull the corner, not the sides. Not the sides. I'm going to hit enter. So now we have our sails going on. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the little arrow effect that we have. And a quick way to do that, I'm just going to use shapes. I'm going to create a new layer. Remember, you're always working in layers. That's the key. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to drag it all the way out to here. And I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to fill that in. Edit, Fill. I'm going to fill that color. Let's find a color here. Let's foreground color. Let's just put a color for now. Now notice that it's on the top and this is on the bottom. I'm going to drag this layer to the bottom so you see it on the bottom. Now the next thing I want to do is go ahead and use my shape. If you see these little arrows on the side, it means that there's additional tools in here. I'm going to go to Custom Tools, right to the top. I'm going to scroll down. Got a lot of presets here. I just need an arrow. Scroll down, 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 down. There it is. I'm going to click on that one. And I'm going to start from the edge. And I'm going to pull it down. Perfect. All I have to do now is change the color. Select the color and then cancel out the fill. Okay. Now I have two shapes and all I have to do now is just merge these two. Click on it and click on the next layer. Got them two highlighted. And then we want to go to layer and we could merge these layers. And let's look where was a merge right here. Merge your layers. Merge your layers. Right here. So once I merge them, it becomes one. So if I click on that, it's perfect. So now this is a technique that's pretty cool. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to click on the shape tool here, this top layer. And it's always good to label your layers. So I'm going to call it tag side. Okay. And then this is the arrow. Double click on it, arrow. And this is on the certification test, just to make sure you guys know how to do that. So all I have to do now is right click. I'm going to right click on here. I'm going to cancel. It's the easy way to do this. Right here, right click, copy layer styles. Click on this. The next layer, right click, paste layer styles. So now I got everything out where I want it to be, but I want to change the direction of the gradient. So I'm going to double click on the arrow. And I'm going to use the click on the gradient. And let's change the direction to go to the top. Changing the angle now. Okay. Not bad. Or let's scale it. I'm going to pull some more of that color down. Let's get some of that green out. Okay, perfect. I'm going to hit OK, apply that. I'm going to hit OK and apply that. Now, but I need to make this stand out, this little tag. So I'm going to double click and add a drop shadow. So I'm going to go right here, drop shadow, click on it. To activate the drop shadow, you must click on a drop shadow in layer styles. I'm going to move the distance out a little bit, move the distance out, and I'm going to increase the size. Increasing the size, it's a tab, nice and clean. So I want to create the illusion that this is on top, this is on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Now the next thing we want to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on my shape tool. You can do two ways. I'm going to create a elliptic marquee. Now this is an easy way to do a circle. You can hold shift and pull. Okay. Now you have a marquee going. And this is where I want to put my text information. So I'm going to go here and create a new layer. To create a new layer in Photoshop, you go to layers and just go to new layer. Give your layer. Always name your layers, very important. So I'm going to fill that circle white. Fill white. Let's go fill white. You have a preset white right here. There it is. Now I'm going to deselect, select, deselect. Now we have that. I'm not going to put any text in here because we're going to take this into InDesign and we're going to put our text information in here. All I want to do is get the graphics ready to start moving it around. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate. I'm going to group some text so I have everything where I want it to be. I'm going to click on here. And a quick way to group is click on and then you've got to have auto select on right here in the top. And then I'm going to click on the circle. So notice that these two are ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is move them down. I'm going to duplicate, control, right click, duplicate layer, and pull it down. Now, what I want to do now, I'm going to lay it right on top because I want to cut out a piece. To cut out this piece here, I'm going to go back to my top piece. And I'm going to hold down, this is a quick way to do this. Hover over the actual layer thumbnail, click Command, click. Now notice that you have the selection of the top piece. Now all I have to do now is go to the bottom piece. Here it is. By clicking on the eye, I'm going to click on it and then I'm going to delete. Now once it's gone, deselect. Now look at this. I click back on my tool, click here, and I'm going to, with my arrow, move it down. Then all I have to do now is the same thing, duplicate. It's already set for me. And then drag it down. Give it some more space. Double click, right click, drag it down. Beautiful. There you have it. So if I want, I can actually go in and add some more flavor in here, but I'm going to do all my text inside InDesign, just in case I want to go back and make some modification and change my design. So I think that should be it. Now, something about sales we can't see. I'm going to double click on sales, and I'm going to add a little drop shadow on there. Nice. Let's just soften it up a little bit. No, you know what? I don't like that. I'm going to cancel that. I'm just going to just increase the size. Enter. And I'm going to bring this down more. Okay. I think it needs to be rotated just a tad. Enter. And I'm going to go back here because the white is being lost. The S is being lost in the white. Double click. Let's go to gradient and double click on the gradient and let's pull this out just a tad more. Perfect. That looks much better. Hit OK. And you know what I'm going to do is start off heavy. I'm going to create a gradient. So it's going to be heavier here. Let's click on this and let's lower the opacity. To do that, you just go right here and let's lower this. I'm going to bring it down like right there. And then this one, we're going to bring that down. Let's click on this. Bring that opacity up. So it's not, it creates like a transition down into the feed. So I'm going to go here to File, Save first. Make sure you save as a PSD, just in case you want to go back and make some changes. And I'm going to call this Add. Okay, give it a name. Make sure it goes into a folder, just in case you need to go back, make some edits. Now I'm going to go to File, Save As. I'm going to change the format to a JPEG. Okay. And there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and save a PNG also. PNG gives you a really higher resolution also. So I'm going to go PNG. Doesn't give me an option here. So another way you can get the PNG is go to File, Save for Web. Now we'll give you PNG 24. And you go ahead and save it as a PNG 24, nice and clean. Save. Make sure it goes in the folder. Okay. And it goes into the right folder. Very important you save your files in the correct folders. Remember, these are key links. And that should be it, guys. So we have our graphics for our gatefold that we're going to put into InDesign. Now I'll see you on InDesign side. Bye. Yeah. Yeah.